Hello, hello. I am Stephanie Reese. I am co-owner and designer for Maureen Bradley Designs. Welcome, welcome to another unboxing for Jesse James Beads. I am a Jesse James Beads brand ambassador, and today I wanted to show you the contents of this wonderful box that's called the Magical Mystery Bead Box. It is a product from Jesse James Beads. It is a monthly subscription that you can get each month. Each month has a different theme, and I myself am a subscriber and I just love these boxes. So, without further ado, let's turn the camera down and I will show you what's in this box. This one's going to be the January 2022 box. One sec. Okay, so I have everything set up here. That's the contents of the box. And I went ahead and took everything out of the packages, and I'm just checking to make sure you can see everything okay. And it looks like you can. So without much more hesitation, let's get started. Where to start? Let's start here. So this is the January 2022 Magical Mystery Bead Box. The box I showed you at the beginning. It's called the Greetings from the Alpine Lodge for January 2022, and the cover art is just fabulous from Jesse James Beads. And each month, like I said, there's a different theme, and this month is the Alpine Lodge. Let's dive in. I'll leave that right here, and I guess I'll first start with this beautiful tassel. It is a long, awesome tassel that I haven't figured out yet what I'm going to do with it, but I could imagine that this would be on, let's say, a long necklace, maybe a purse tassel. Wouldn't that be fabulous? And I'll flip this over. This is the bead strand that came in the box. Isn't this gorgeous? It is called Après Ski. So it's got these beautiful glass beads that are just faceted with some, excuse me, it looks like it's etched glass. It looks like snowflakes to me. And matte and shiny glass, little pearls, and look at these. These are fantastic. These pearl beads are just wonderful. And then these little faceted glass. These are some large hole rondelle beads that have crystals on them. These little cage beads with the crystals baubles in them are beautiful. And then this center bead right here. Oh, it just looks like a beautiful snowflake, doesn't it? Love that. And let's see. Next is the bead mix in Slope Slide. And this has a white and black theme with a little bit of gray and silver. Look at these fantastic pom-pom. It has a hook on it so you can make a connection. I just always love seeing these in earrings. But I bet they would look wonderful, say, with this long tassel. I could see that as being like a purse tassel. Wouldn't that be fantastic with some bling? Just love it. Okay, back to the beads. So we're here to look at the beads. Let's see. Love this little faceted oval shaped bead. And then we have, I want to say that this might be fabric or it could also be clay. I'm not 100% sure, but they are fabulous gray and white bead. And let's see. I love these. These are some silver. Get it in the camera there. Silver faceted long beads. That would be fabulous with these, right? That would make a wonderful earring. And then these look like lava beads. You can put essential oils on these and maybe add them to your earrings so that you can smell the beautiful oils, maybe some lavender, even some orange. I love orange. Some more faceted glass. Oh, and check these out, guys. These look like I don't know what to think of these, but they have like black crystals on them, and oh, how beautiful they would be in a necklace where you could string beads on top and bottom, or even chain. So fabulous. And then there's these. Look at these little black faceted oval shaped beads as well. Oh, and look, let's try to grab these and put them in my hand at the same time. So you can see little charms, little crystal charms. Oh, this is a fabulous mix, and I just love all of it. Look at that one. It's like an unusual shaped bead with faceted cuts on it, and remember, faceted means it's cut such that when the light catches it, it shimmers. It's at an angle. All right, so we will keep moving along and check out the next one, which is called A-Frame Lodge. That's this mix right here, A-Frame Lodge. Look at these wonderful colors. This has some large hole beads. These have little tiny micro beads on them that you can feed through leather. So fabulous, right? Oh, look at these. These glisten as well too. So fabulous. I love these. These are fantastic. Little, just love that shine and cut on those beads. Look at these metal. This is fabulous. I love the shape of the triangle. How many of you out there love the shape of the triangle? Love it. And it's also here in this bead. Look at that. In that shaped bead, it's got a little triangle. And these wood beads, look at this. These are wonderful too. These are wood with the hole at the top and the bottom, so that's how they'll sit, like a diamond shape. Absolutely love these teardrops. Love, love, love all of it. Let's see. Oh, and look at these. These are some etched triangles. These are metal. Love that. And look, it just so looks like the Alpine. Doesn't it look like the mountains? Such a wonderful addition to this theme. I love it. And then these are some fabric beads, large hole beads. Love the texture. It's got just a lot of texture in it. These are fabulous. And some teardrops. More teardrops. So wonderful. So many different things you can do with these. All right. Next is the Cup Chain Duo in Champagne and Snow. That's right here. Champagne and Snow. And so, look at this beautiful. Oh, love how it just sparkles. And that's the champagne chain, obviously. And then this is the snow. There's little pearls in there. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? So many different ideas are coming at me right now. What are we going to make? We got to make something too. Okay. The next part of this box is the bead mix in Backcountry Woods. And I also just dumped out the little, you do get the chain connectors for the cup chain. Those are the connectors. And let's see. Look at this. This is a beautiful pendant. Very nice, right? Like, I'm just going to pull this together. Look at that. Just love that together. Oh my gosh. And we have some lovely hoops. This, let's see, does it have a hole? Yes, it has the one hole at the top, right there, as you can see. Looks like it just has the one hole. So there's two of those, and then there's two of these. Look at this. These remind me of pine cones with that shape. We have a lot of pines where we live, so I love that. And look at this. These little rectangles. Why can we can fill it with beads, right? Chain. Oh my gosh. So many different ideas. And then they added these little lovely wood beads to go with that set. Okay, so that was the Backcountry Woods mix. And now we have this seed bead set in fresh Alpine powder. I did not empty these out yet because I wasn't sure if I was going to use them. And I didn't want seed beads everywhere, but you can see they've got some white with, it's got an AB Aurora Borealis finish on it. This beautiful evergreen tree color or olive color in green. And then we have, it's like a cream color. And then these look a little bit larger. This is a black seed bead. So that's beautiful in this kit. So many different options here. What are we going to do? And I showed you the leather tassel. And then we have some 18-inch cut Nordic gunmetal chain. This is beautiful too, to make something with. That goes fabulous with all of it. So we've got some good chain, we've got a beautiful tassel, big beads, little beads, some beautiful pom-poms. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Like I said, I am a subscriber myself, and I just love these boxes every month. And then look, on the card, it says you can get a free mini mix. Get a free mini mix bead mix with your next $79 or more order. Add your mix to the cart, and you can use the code they give you for that. So when you purchase $79 or more. So there is that. How about we make something with some of this beautiful stuff? And if you'll just give me just a sec, I'm going to bring my bead mat in and we will make something. Leave that there, move the chain up, move these bead mixes up a little bit, and bring my bead mat in a little bit more so you can see. And then I'll just leave these bead mixes up above so that you can see them. Chain. So, in looking at all of this, I have a little spark of an idea that I thought we would definitely use this. And I love these two together. And since I love pine trees and I love the pine cones, so we've got an evergreen tree, we've got a pine cone, and then this reminds me of snow, and I was just thinking how pretty that would be dangling down from there since we have connectors. And we need one thing to top that, or some sparkle maybe. How about this? Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. So what we could do is go ahead and make that, or we've got some lovely bead caps, and we could add that as snow. I like that too. Ooh. With some bead caps. Let's see, what else do we have in here? So awesome. Maybe we tangle that down. That might be too long. Maybe we'll use that for something else. Okay, so let's get started here. Now that we've got a little something designed, the first thing we want to do is, I think I'm going to find, what if we wrapped around this? Let's see. I want some white. I wasn't sure I was going to use these, so we're just going to cut a little piece there. And see if I can get them out. Hang on for just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to just go ahead and get all the seed beads out. So I took the white and the cream and the green, and what I'm doing here is I'm mixing them because I love to randomly add them around things, and it's so beautiful together when you mix them. And so, see if I can find I'm going to be taking some 26 gauge German style wire. It's round German style wire. And I'm going to take, let's say, that ought to be good. Maybe one more. And you just need enough to go around the hoop, but then I'm probably taking way too much. But for this purpose, we're going to go ahead and take it, and I'm going to clip it off. And you don't want to cover your hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to do it on the side. And you're just going to wrap. Let's see. And you just want to hold on to the one wire. And you've got to bring all that through. And I'm going to come around 3 times. Oops. And not noting that I'm trying to not get it knotted in place. And let's see. Okay. And I'm just going to take my pliers and just notch it down just a little bit so that it stays in place. And you're giving it a little bit of a tug here. And so because how this is done, probably the best thing to do is probably just to go ahead and feed the seed beads onto the wire. And I'm just letting that go for a minute. So I can just go ahead and just randomly feed these on. And one of the seed bead spinners would probably work wonders right now so that you're not having to watch me feed all these on. But I want you to see that I'm just doing it in a random pattern. There's no pattern, really. It's just very random. Okay. And we're at the back, and we're just going to feed it around. Making sure, again, we're not covering our hole. And what you could do is you could go ahead and feed on a bunch at one time. I tend to stop and go, give it a little bit more so that I don't drop them all. I don't want them to go everywhere, so I just tend to feed them a little bit at a time. Okay. So they're all there. And I probably should have gotten a bowl so that they don't get scattered everywhere. And then we just want to make sure we don't get any kinks in the wire. If you do, just kind of warm them out. And that's what you do, just to warm the wire. And I'm going to put this chain over here and my beads over here because they're starting to pop a little bit. There we go. And again, we're just feeding these in a random pattern. There's really no rhyme or reason. We're just adding them. And then you do want to make sure that you're able to keep them all in a row like that so that they're around the whole thing. And I'm just going to put this wire through. All right, so that's the pattern you want, and you're going to go all the way around. Okay, so I went ahead and I got pretty much the entire wooden piece done. I didn't want you to have to watch me do the whole thing because once you get the hang of it, it's just repetitive. But remember, we're just randomly feeding the wire with these seed beads. This random mix of seed beads that I just went ahead and mixed them all together to create this snowy, beautiful alpine look. I love pines and I love pine cones. They're just wonderful. Where I live, we have tons of pine trees and pine cones, pine needles, and it's just part of where we live, and it's just beautiful. So I was going to show you the rest of this. So I'm just continuing to feed more seed beads on. And I'm at the end, so I wanted you to see how I finish up the round here. So I'm just continuing to wrap the seed beads around this hoop. And remember, the idea is to embellish. We don't want to cover the green that we see under the hoop. We just want to add these beautiful seed beads around it like so, and we're almost there. And remember, we're not covering the hole because we're going to need to feed our beads through that hole once we're done embellishing with the seed beads. So, and again, a seed bead spinner would probably be the best way to get these on here and to work really fast. I haven't found it yet. For those of you who don't know, or I just recently moved, so things are still sort of packed up and I'm having to just get by with manually doing some things like this. Otherwise, I would be using my seed bead spinner if I found it and knew where it was. I would have gotten it out because it's so wonderful to use. It comes with a really neat needle that you feed the beads on as you turn, as you spin the spinner, and it just goes really fast. So if you have one of those, that would make this job go much faster. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. And so I am at the point where I'm going to feed a few more on. So they go around the back to the back, and then we're going to do some wire wrapping around like how we started. So I'm just feeding, oops, lost bead, I think, yeah. Sorry, my hands are in the way. So I want my seed beads to go around the back. So I just put enough on there. Oh, I'm just flipping beads with my wire. Lovely. Okay, there we go. So I just want them to come up the back. See that there? And I'm going to stop right there. I think is good. Take off 2. And just like how we started, we're going to wire wrap around and wrap this wire a few times like we did. tightly, holding the wire tightly so that it makes that little square around. It's not quite round, the wire. And then we just want the 3 wire wraps to match in front, like so. All right, and I'm going to give that a trim. And we've got extra wire, and that's okay. But we wanted to make sure we had enough to wrap around. I'm so sorry. To wrap around the entire hoop. So as you can see, and you can just kind of scooch those together, that we've wrapped this around. And since my wire ends there, we're going to give that a little bend so that it stays in place. Okay. And this will be our front. And just make sure that my wraps are even. And again, we want to be able to see the beautiful green that's behind the seed beads. So there you have that piece. And now, let's see, I want to take some this is 20 gauge wire, and I'm going to be feeding this through. So sometimes you can see how much wire you need by just putting it through. Oops. Okay. And we'll need to add a little something there because the seed beads are going to stop us from actually going straight to the top, which is good. And let's see what else we have here. Actually, I wanted to use, yeah, that's fine. Let's see how this looks. I love mixing gold and silver, and I just love how this looks. So we have a little bit of gold, and we have a little bit of silver. So look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's wonderful. So we're going to need about, let's say about that much wire. And actually, I'm going to take more wire because I want to wrap it around the back side of this pine cone bead. So it's probably about 7 to 8 inches. There. And so we have this side, and then we're going to bring it all the way down. And I'm going to add a white bead at the bottom, and then I'm going to, and I'm making sure that my pine cone is up, and then we're going to bring it up and around and wrap it here. So that's what we're doing. I love doing this too because the back side will have this beautiful little, or the front side, whichever. So my bead didn't stay. Well, I'm going to take that bead off. Maybe we don't need it. There we go. Sometimes when I have a large hole and I don't have any tiny beads or a head pin with a large round piece on it, you can do this method. And it allows you to capture the bead beautifully, and you make your connection by wrapping it around. Pull just a little bit because I come up and wrap it tightly and come around again. There we go. And then this is going to be actually my back side because remember we said we would dangle the chain down the front. So I have to remember that part. There's that. And remember to grab your piece, excuse my reach, and I'm just going to tuck this in like so. And there you have your connection. There. And we are going to feed this in like so. And the wire will actually go into the hole. So I had it there. Let's see. Okay, I had it covering a little bit. So remember that this is the back, and we want this part to face the back as well. Like so. And that worked out. You didn't even need a bead because you have your beautiful wrap. So now, since we're adding the silver with the gold, we need to make our connection here and add the connection for our chain. So we're going to take one of these connectors and we're going to add this chain here to the inside cup. And we're going to take our pliers. There's a pointed piece that comes up on the connector and you push down on it. And that's what holds it in place. You can also add some glue. I have found that the connectors are pretty strong. And so I have not had to add any glue. All I have to do is push those down. You might give it a little squeeze and it stays in place. So we're going to add this here. To the front. And you can see it's a little bit not quite sitting flush. So I'm going to take that little piece with my pliers and I'm just going to bend it back just a smidge. There we go. And now it's holding its place. Whoops, we're in the back. Flipped around. So now it's holding straight and it's going down the middle of my pine cone. And now I'm going to add my bead here. Cap and my beautiful lava bead. And now I want to make a loop so I can add my earring wire to it. So I'm going to hold it like so. Push down towards me. Rotate my wires, my needle nose pliers up. And as you notice, I am moving the wire down just a little bit so that I can create the loop. Rotating my needle nose pliers back up and bringing that wire back around front and letting go. And then I hold on to the loop with my needle nose pliers. Did I say needle nose on the other ones? Those are round nose pliers. I get them mixed up all the time. Tongue-tied trying to speak and explain everything, right? And so we're just wrapping the wire around neatly so that this stays snug in place. And we want to make sure that we get that gap in there so that it stays snug, like so. And I'm going to clip this end off. And I'm going to tuck in this little end with my pliers, like so. And I just want to make sure everything is straight. And then what's neat is that you just barely see the little wires that down front, like so. All right, and then last, actually not last, but second to last, we want to decide how much of the cup chain we want dangling down the front of our earring. And I'm going to say, let's do about maybe 3. So all you do is you're going to come down, make sure it's extended out, and then you're just going to clip where you want it to stay. All right, so there's the earring we just made. And I'm going to add a silver. I love mixing metals. And that's what's so great about this Jesse James products too, is they always add like some silver, gold, even copper, gunmetal. As you can see, we've got blacks, we've got gunmetal, we've got gold and silver. Just wonderful. And then there's the earring we made. So I am going to go ahead and make the second one, and then I will post this and on my Facebook site for Maureen Bradley Designs, and also my Instagram site for Maureen Bradley Designs. I will also put a link to the Magical Mystery Bead box for subscriptions. Again, I receive this box monthly, and I just absolutely love all the variety that you get. The themes are just wonderful, and I sure hope you enjoyed this unboxing and the earring we made, and I hope you try it out and leave me a comment and tell me what you think. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much.